All right, thank you everyone for coming today. I'm the new Principal of Congress. Principal of Congress. Well, you see, the American people decided that if you're going to continue to act like children, we're going to treat you like children. So, well, let's talk about what that means. All right. To begin with, let's just talk about behavior in general. All right. As we take a look at how this sitting class is done, well, we can hardly call that responsible behavior, can we? No. Can we call it neat or orderly? Especially after the last few weeks? Anyone? Yeah, I don't think so either. Cooperative. Anyone want to try and make the case you've acted cooperatively? Okay. All right. Yep. In fact, for this whole section, I think we really have to call this does not play well with others. That would have to be a good description of how American people feel this institution has acted. So let's move on to academics, shall we? Let's talk about classwork here. English. That's a good one for you all. You all speak English very well and at length, in depth, often in the wrong times, such as when bills are trying to get passed or matters be voted on. It's a yay or a nay. It does not need to have an entire 12 to 24 hour discussion. Just give us a yes or no. But time and a place, location. Real estate. All of you know about real estate, far more than the middle class. Location. And that doesn't mean 3 addresses. It means the addresses are important. Like when to address the people and when not to. But we'll touch base on that later. Math. Let us talk about math. I have looked at the classes. I have looked at your work over the last few years. And the last time I can see this Congress or any Congress passing a budget was 1996. A year before I graduated high school. So, usually I try to be a fair guy. I really do. But when you haven't done any homework since I left school, it's hard for me to give you credit. I'm just going to have to mark you on a 0 for that one. Okay. So continuing on. Let's talk about, the 5 government shutdowns we've had so far since 1995, 5 of them. Again, does not play well with others. You understand where we're coming from with that when you can't even get along to pass a budget for that? Yeah, that's what the American people mean. But current events. Let's talk about what's going on right now. By mathematics, you are at 1.7 trillion with a T like Tom, Commander Tom, whom you could like and subscribe to for more of this. 1.7 trillion deficit this year. Does anyone have any ideas how we're going to make that up? Bake sale? They say to the Principal of Congress. I like that humor. No, I don't see a bake sale covering a $1.7 trillion deficit unless those are some very special brownies. And this institution has been very slow on passing special things. But that is contributing to a $33 trillion national debt. Any bright ideas either? No. Great job, team. Okay, let's talk about science. Science is something that has been discussed in this institution a lot in the last 3 years. And that's something I'm not going to touch with a 10-foot pole. Moving on. History. History should be easy for you. You all lived through so much of it. and didn't learn a single lesson, it feels, because we know what happens to those who do not learn from history. They are doomed to repeat it, and in your case, you're making the entire nation repeat it. Do we have to repeat the national debt? Do we have to repeat the Depression? If you make us repeat a world war, no one's going to be happy in this outcome. Moving on. Let's talk about technology. Most of you talk about technology at length. And I don't think any of you have put in the screen time to actually know what you're talking about. I will make special exception to Representative Jeff Jackson from North Carolina. Your use of TikTok to inform your constituents is commendable. What? They're redrawing his lines. He's losing his seat. He's no longer here. Do you see what I mean about does not play well with others? Recurring theme here, gentlemen. We need to work on this. Okay. Let's just talk about your development overall. Let's see how you're doing with that. If we look at who you are, where you're at, most of you are behind. By comparison, if the national retirement age is 67, some of you here, almost 24, are almost 1 to 2 decades late in your retirements. And no, as a Gen Xer, I'm not at all upset that the boomers are still holding up the seats. Yeah, let's not get into that. Let's not talk about home. Actually, let's talk about home. Let's talk about what your chores are at home. Like where you live. No. I don't want all 4 of your addresses. Let's focus on your primary one. Where are you at? I'm learning. Let us talk about the primary address that allows you each to set up residency in the districts for which you sit in. Yes, those addresses, yes. What do you do there? Okay, besides campaign, that's what you have help for. Okay. Again, I'm going to refer you back to the not playing well with others. Yes. Okay. Let's just cut to the real meat of the bone here, all right? We have finals coming up November 17th. We're going to need a lot more improved work. We're actually going to need papers passed. We're going to need teamwork, cooperation, getting along with each other. Or, need I remind you, many of you are up for election next year. Comment, share, like, subscribe. Thanks. Have a good day.